था ऐसा जो आपने 11 एग्जाम लेने के बाद ऐसा सोचा कि मैं एक्टिंग में जाता हूँ? What was the flash point actually?
So,
And was there any resistance from the parents later?
So first thing it was that since I'm the youngest in my family and I have a big family, I have 4 sisters.
Real sisters?
Real sisters.
Oh.
I'm the youngest in my family.
Okay.
So it was not because I was the son of the family. It was just because I was the youngest in my family. Is why I was pampered a lot. Very, very pampered. But then when I would step out to go to school, I would not get the same attention. And I didn't know how to deal with people because they were not giving me the same kind of attention.
Yeah.
So I grew quiet. And I was like, okay, let's not talk that much. And I was a very quiet, shy guy, a kid. To a point that I was like, okay, nobody would we all want acknowledgement. So I was like, nobody would acknowledge me if I have to do something at least. So they let me be very good in studies. If I come number 1, number 2, number 3, that's how they would recognize me. I became very good in studies. Then everybody told me to be an engineer. I was like, alright, I used to love physics and maths. I was sitting for National Olympiad, I was getting awards for that. And then so then I lost my mother in between, which was another big thing.
Big setback.
Big setback. We were not anticipating. It was not like something that we were expecting. Suddenly it happened, and I was not ready.
She was
for
alright.
it. Alright, completely alright. And young.
It was a cardiac.
Brain hemorrhage. The thing is that I just because I was not expecting it, I still have to, by the way, come to terms with it, because I was somewhere else. I was in Delhi, and so I also even more I grew quiet. Then it was nothing. I know that a mother and a child is very, very connected to each other, but for me it was completely a different thing, because for me everything else is different, and that relationship was completely different, unconditional. I could be what I wanted to be.
So was there anger which developed in you also at time?
No, it was not anger.
Because you said that थोड़ा घर पे अलग था और बाहर अलग ही था.
It was not anger. It was just a survival mechanism.
And suddenly your mom also being snatched away.
Yeah, survival mechanism. So all we want to do is to somehow find something to get psychological security. And suddenly when I've gotten a psychological security by being very good in studies, my mother is not there. And it was even more I grew quiet as a individual. And then I again focused back in studies. And then I cleared all the engineering and business. For a middle class boy who never had a certain acknowledgement. And money was a differentiator. It's not that we were poor, but then money was always a deciding factor in all the decisions that we took. Suddenly he's in a DC, very premier college, and now things are looking fine as far as future is concerned. And just randomly I started going to dance school, Shamak. Started learning how to dance, and so there was this first time when I was performing on stage as a student, and I could feel something like this is I'm expressing, and even Shamak said.
And you're doing it comfortably also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Shamak said that you got something, you're not a very good dancer, but you got something, I think you should try theatre. And I was interested. I was like, alright, let's go to a theatre school. I went to Barry John. 3 months, 4 months diploma course I did. And I was enjoying it because I could, in some place I would say lines that I really wanted to say.
But that's quite interesting because most of the actors, many actors are not expressive in their dance. To be expressive is very important when you dance.
Yeah, I think like a dancer even when I act. So it's all, I can only make sense of anything as far as films and acting is concerned through rhythm. So that is how I have learned to communicate. And also I would say things that I wanted to say, but I would say that do not judge me because I'm the character. So this is what started happening. And when professionally I started performing as an actor, it was like suddenly I would affect strangers in a way that I could make them laugh, cry. It was a magical feeling. The first 19-20 years you have not communicated, and now you have the tools to manipulate the emotions.
Yeah.
So it was feeling something and being understood by somebody you don't know. So that was a strong feeling, and it was very, very. So I would forget everything when I was performing. I would perform, even as an actor or a dancer. Happened for a while, 3 years, and I was sure.
In theatre?
Yeah, theatre and background dancing. So I used to dance behind all the stars and these award functions and all back then. Third year I was sure that this is what I will do irrespective of me getting a degree or not. This is what I do. I don't know whether I get paid or not. I don't care because I don't think about that when I do it. I forget. And that was happening to me.
Is it now also like that? You
Yes,
don't haggle
yes.
on the price?
If no, I will negotiate. No matter what it is settled on, the moment it's action. That is not there. And I'll give you an example.
No, I am saying, is money important to you today?
No, it's not. It is not. And I was always anticipating that it won't be important once I have it. But since I had never first had an experience of it, so I was just anticipating. So I dropped out third year. I was like, I'm sure that this is what I'll do, and let me not give myself a plan B. I can come back here. So I dropped out. And that 2006, October, from that day, it has been something else.
But
Because-
parents का, sisters का,
Of course, they've taught me how to.
बेवकूफ है और कर
बहुत,
रहे हो.
मेरे दोस्त, आसपास के दोस्त,
You know,
everybody,
that's how people talk.
everybody. But my family, once I talked to them, I told them exactly what it was. I was like, you are concerned about how I'm gonna feel after I get money and fame. Acknowledgement from Mohalla, acknowledgement from family, and a certain security money-wise. What will happen next? How I feel is what you're concerned about, right? I am really happy when I'm on stage.
And finally they consent.
I'm on stage.
But are you validated today? After Dhoni, did they?
No, it happened long back. It happened long back. So that's what I want to say to. Just want to say gently to those who think that I should go mad now. That for a middle class boy to drop out of a premier college in third year, to do something which he thinks he likes, but there is no guarantee. Packs his bag, comes to Bombay. I was in my head a superstar, and that chabi was thrown. It was not negotiable, not debatable. It didn't depend on what my friends thought of me or anybody. In my head, I was, you can have this much courage. You can drop out of that college that everybody wants to go to.
No, but I'm saying, are you validated today? कि हाँ मैंने जो कहा था वो हुआ.
So that's what I'm saying. It happened long back after I started doing TV and all. So everything was settled.
Yeah, it's settled. Yeah.
Even I was settled.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
So that insecurity, that their fears had all.
Yeah, long back.
Almost erased.
Long back.
Yeah.
After here I came and I was staying with 5-6 guys in a single room in Lex Park, Versova. Would do martial art in the morning 4:30, then background dancing from till 1, theatre with Nadira from 3 to 8. Would come back, we all would cook our food, wash our clothes, and then we would sit and talk. We had to get up at 4:30 again, but we would again talk till 1 because we were so excited. I was doing something that I really wanted to do. Not, okay, I have to slog now so that I can get money. I was enjoying it to the teeth. And it was that I slept for 3 hours, 4 hours every day. So excited. I used to get 250 rupees per show. I used to perform with 3 or whatever, Tata, 250 rupees per show. I didn't care. And those people were 8th pass, 10th pass, very good actors. Look at this equalizer, 8th pass, 10th pass, India topper, everybody same. And in a single room kitchen, 6 guys. So we were 4, but 2 were always there. So there were like 6 of us. And then TV happened.
Okay.
And suddenly I was getting money. And suddenly I would walk on roads and people I don't know would recognize me.
So now you got Kai Po Che, we are coming to that stage. Now all the movies had happened and whatever, you Kai Po Che, Shuddha Desi, and then you had sort of, everybody knew who's Sushant, right? Now all reviews also praised you.
Yeah.
So how did you allow at that point, not to let that go into your head?
First 22 to 23 years of my life, knew the importance of money, didn't have it. Knew the importance of acknowledgement, didn't have it. I was a shy introvert guy. Suddenly does TV, and you don't differentiate, it is TV, so I should not feel good. You are walking on the road and everybody is looking at you. To that somebody who would know everybody, but everybody would not know him. Now everybody is looking at him and he doesn't know everybody. That's a big high. big high. And then I'm getting money to a point that I don't have to think about it. Big high. These two things. And I still feel that, I can still sense that feeling. It was a very, very great feeling of having the two things.
How did you allow that ceremony?
First, it was just, I was digesting the fact that it is true. And also at the same time, I was doing again something which was completely independent of these two things. When I used to act, I would forget everything. It was TV, but still it was there. To a point that in few months I got used to. People looking at me and me having money. Used to. For a guy who never had, suddenly has. And it took me just 4 to 5 months to get used to it. Only validated what I already thought. That these, when you don't have it, it means a lot. When you have it, after a point.
So you got used to it and it didn't go into your head.
I got used to it.
And
so
when you acted, you didn't remember that high. You were so into it.
The great thing was
that helped you.
This was the difference.
Because if you are acting and still you are remembering that.
Because if these were my driving forces, and
these
acting was not,
these are your strengths.
Acting was not, then I would get used to this, and I don't enjoy acting. Then what would I do for the rest of my life? But acting was something that I was really enjoying, and I got used to these two things, which was a minor loss. You know what I'm saying? Because, alright, now I have it, that's fine, but more than that, I'm just not concerned.
You will not let it go inside you, but you will keep concentrating on acting. And
it was not something that I was forcing myself to do. I just got immune to that. It happened naturally. I got used to it.
But then came a film, Bonkesh Bakshi.
No, the thing is that for somebody like him, who's getting it for the first time, would generally get insecure and would try to hold on to it because he never had it. But the moment I realized that I am, after 2 years of doing that show, it was suffocating because I would do the same thing again and again, and every day I would know what to do. It was getting something. I quit again. Said it was still the #1 show. To quit engineering, that was a big thing for a middle class boy. And then quitting TV. My friends again told me that everybody, with good intentions, nobody is running away. It's still the #1 show. Stay here for another year. Get some more money and then try in films. Because it is not very easy. Shahrukh did it 20 years back and it has not been a very successful transition for many of the people right now. So stay here for a while. I was like, no, I'm suffocating. So saying no to that money that was there. I was not working hard.
So that high and all was never, always the acting was the first. You wanted to take it further to movies.
Quit then and there.
You wanted to take it further to the next level.
Next level, wherever it was.
So
unfortunately, I got Kaipoche. And before Kaipoche released, I signed PK, I signed Shudesi Romance. Yashraj film before my first film came out. And in my first film, I actually ended up investing money. So there were things that I would do because I had to seriously lose weight and certain training and all. So I would not. Yes. So I would not ask anybody to provide me. I was so excited that I was investing money, and I actually ended up investing money for 1.5 years. It took me to complete my first film. Saying no to first money that was coming very easily, and then investing money for 1.5 years. But I never. It was such an amazing.
You wanted to better the craft again.
Yeah, because that is like for somebody who likes playing video game. He would not think of anything, but he was just so engrossed that he would not know. That is my video game. This is what it is.
So, but then came a film after that, Bonkesh Bakshi, which met with a little mixed reviews.
And it didn't make money.
And people said no, that old Bonkesh was, many of them couldn't see you as Bonkesh.
They said that, the film was very niche, these were the words, or not very entertaining, whatever. But I think 9 out of 10 reviewers didn't question my performance in that film. They were like, this is good, for sure. I remember 9 out of 10 were like, tick mark. Performance good. Performances of all the characters in the film, very good. Production design, very good. So all those things very good. But somehow it didn't. This was debatable. That film is not effective enough, basically that. But the thing is, what happened was, Friday it didn't open. I worked equally hard in Bonkesh as in Dhoni, and learnt equally. And Bonkesh is as real in my head as Dhoni. Because in my head it is real.
You're also getting into one character.
Yeah, so it didn't open, and I was disappointed. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday morning. Trust me, I was not forcing myself to be okay or think positive. This is It was okay Monday morning. Completely fine Monday morning. But it didn't open, so 1.5 years, nothing happened was there because Pani was supposed to happen. I invested 10 months. Didn't get made. Then I started prepping for Dhoni, which took me another 11 months. This gap was 1.5 years from Bomkesh release, which was flop. Not that I'm not proud of it, I'm very proud of it. But it was a flop, and then 1.5 years of nothing in the third year of making my debut.
Then in that you also did not do one film, Beach Mein Shuru Mein. I think the one with Gattu.
Yeah, there were many films that I said no to because of Pani. 12 films.
Yeah. One was Gattu's.
Yes.
Yeah. 12 films you said?
12 films. And out of which 4 or 5 films I really want to do.
Yeah.
But I was waiting for Pani to
Anyone
start.
which you can...
Like, don't want to name them. Now I don't want to name them. But 1.5 years in my third year, nothing. After a flop.
So what was the feeling when that day when you got to know that he told you that he can't do Pani or whatever? How did it...
I was obviously disappointed also because of the fact that the story was very good. And it should have been told. I don't know why it didn't get made. It was a very good story. It was just not about water. It was just not about Romeo and Juliet. It was about many, many things. I don't regret those 10 months because what I was preparing with Shekhar. And the things that I learned completely changed the way I work. So I don't regret. But I am disappointed that it didn't get made.
तो उस दिन जिस दिन पता चला कुछ किया आपने गुस्से में? In anger, did you?
No, I just slept. Just slept for 2-3 days. And then it was Dhoni next. So I started preparing for it.
But Dhoni was already in the bag.
Yeah, Dhoni was already in the bag.
But what reason did he give you that it's not happening?
That it's a conflict of... they were making 2 different films.
Who?
Adi and Shekhar. So
they were not able to meet on the same page.
Creatively, they were not on the same page. So that was it. Understandable. If it was a 50 crore film, then somebody could have taken that chance. But it was not a 50 crore film. It was a 100 crore film with somebody who's a newcomer. Doesn't guarantee anything at box office. So you would, whatever. So it didn't get me. Started preparing. The thing is, before Dhoni released, imagine that a flop, 1.5 years of nothing.
Yeah.
And Dhoni hasn't still released. I still had 4 films signed. And those 4 films were the films that I really want to do before release of Dhoni. Before release of Dhoni. And then Dhoni released. Massively. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, again I was completely okay. I was forcing myself to be like excited, happy. But I was actually completely normal. Okay, Monday morning. Exactly like the way I was after Bomkesh release. So this is what I got to know about myself, that yes, box office numbers would decide many things. It will have repercussions. It will only change the medium on which I work. But it doesn't change anything after Monday. Monday onwards I'm completely fine. Due to some reason, after release of Dhoni, the film that I was supposed to do got put off. And I suddenly had 3 to 4 months of free time. I had filmmakers coming to me. And out of which two other filmmakers who I really wanted to work with, and they had good scripts, but those characters that they wanted me to play were the main characters, of course. But I knew that I could do it. I could do it.
You knew that you could do it.
I knew I could do it. So then there's no point because it doesn't excite me that much.
There's no challenge.
I have to have one thing that I don't understand how to do it, and that's why I'll do it.
That's what gets you into it.
That's you're figuring it out, and your 4 months, 5 months is engaging. So I said no to them. I was reading a book then by Morabia, or 2 of us. I had a friend, senior theatre actor. I said let's develop this play. So we adapted that book into a play. We were trying to put it together. Didn't earn a penny for 4 months. And especially after release of Dhoni, I could have upped my price, gotten millions. Said no to millions, said yes to penny. That play we still have to open.
No.
And one of these 2 films, it was not bad script. I could have said yes, made millions, and there were chances that we could have done well also at the box office. So this only tells me something about myself only, again revalidating that it is again not the money. And even if we had showcased that play, handful of people would have seen it, 500,000 max.
Yeah. So is it happening?
We're still working on it. But that film would have been seen by millions. So it's not fame, it's not money. But those 4 months I could not sleep. I would sleep for 3 hours because I was thinking how to do it. It's a very, very twisted book if you read it, the two of us. I was so excited that I could not sleep. It was a play after Dhoni. And all the films that I'm doing right now were the films signed before Dhoni. So there's no change in income. Actually, there's a loss because I said no. And I was.
And you had booked these at the price earlier.
And all the films have been signed. Now people tell me that,
but still Sushant is happy because he's not chasing money at the end of the day.
The thing is, though, people are saying that you've gone all starry and arrogant just because your film has done. Nothing has changed from my point of view. And I should have gone mad when I dropped out because I was suddenly doing something. It is like
when you dropped out
from my college. It was the time of my life. It's still the time of my life, but I was doing something that I really wanted to do. I could have gone mad when I started getting money and fame for the first time because I never had it in my life.
But you could have gone mad even after the adulation you got from Pavitra Rishta.
Yes, and I could have gone mad after my first film did well and I had a YRF film in my kitty because everybody told me that a TV actor cannot make 2 films. But I did. And I should have gone mad. And I'm an outsider. It's my 3rd year. I've just given a flop, but I still have 4 films that I want to do. I should have gone mad then. Why would I get mad now when I'm my...
That is when Bomkesh thing happened.
Yeah. Why would I go mad now when this film has done a certain number out of which I haven't made any profit? Dhoni has made some crores. I'm not the producer, I'm not getting the money. I still have those same number of films. I still have that much money. I actually ended up losing money because I said no to
So you are telling me that after Dhoni you haven't signed a film in practice?
Till now, no. I am about to, but till now, no. So, give me one reason why I should go mad. Now, I should have gone mad.
So we are coming to Raabta, but I'm just extending little this conversation. So why are people feeling this that you are
because I was always, if you just take out any interview of mine before, I'll give you an example. The first time I was offered a film by YRF was when I was still doing Kaipaji. It hasn't released. It was produced by UTV SpotboyE. 3 guys, no heroine. So it was not like a launch. Single hero, heroine, romantic. It was 3 guys on Ahmedabad. And no heroine. UTV SpotboyE was producing it. I used to love Abhishek Kapoor. Also the script. But it was not like a debut film. And I was called by YRF. I'm still a fresh TV actor who just dropped out. I'm sitting with Adi and he has given me a script and is asking me whether I want to do it or not. It's a big high. I'm sitting with Aditya Chopra. And I read it and I didn't get it. But I'm too seduced to say yes because it's a Yash Rajput.
You told him?
Yeah. But so he's like, you don't get it, but we're like, yeah, I don't get it. So you don't want to do? Like, I would be risking your money. And I didn't do it. And he appreciated that fact. And 2 months later, he again gave me another film, which I ended up doing. All I'm trying to say is...
And there was Rishi Kapoor in that movie, which you refused.
The first film, whatever. The first film, I said no. All I'm trying to point out is that the same action now, if I had said no to a big producer, would be misconstrued in a different way. Oh, he's gone all arrogant and all, he's been saying no to.
But then it was not.
Then it was like, wow, really? Super, man.
So why? Is it Dhoni? Is it Dhoni?
Yeah, because people...
Is it that humongous success you had with Dhoni?
Like we have discussed, people see things that they only expect to see or want to see.
Yeah.
Now the thing is that anybody at my place should be going arrogant or mad because he has tasted success for the first time. But they don't know the story that we just shared. These were much more important events in my life than Dhoni doing 130 crores. Even if it was
so you don't know the back history at all.
So that's why they think that I should be going mad now.
ये लड़के को इतना success मिल गया है तो automatically पकड़े.
I went mad in 2006. And I went all-star in 2006. then it has been the same.
Mm.
The thing is that now you think that I will be going mad, and just because I'm honest, confident, I don't mince my words, because it, like I said, as an inability to express myself, so it requires a lot of effort to mince my words, be diplomatic, and this and that. Very easy to say what I feel. If I don't know, I say I don't know. I don't have to lie.
So
I don't
that
have to remember.
confidence is misconstrued as arrogance. That
Yes.
honesty, that saying it as it is misconstrued as.
As arrogance. Now, the first time the press conference, barring the questions that were asked on my film, I was also asked on nepotism, and I said what I felt like. And like, yes, of course it is there, but of course I cannot complain because I've always done the film that I wanted to do, and I still have it. These many films, so why should I complain? But it doesn't mean that it's not there. If you look at it, it's a good thing because it makes us work even more harder in order to survive.
Like outsiders, you mean.
Outsiders, in order to survive. And the great thing is that it is not that it is not IIT. It is nothing like that. There are no fixed number of seats. अगर ऐसा होता कि 10 ही एक्टर हो सकते थे, तो फिर आपने 8 रख लिया है, तो 2 में तो यार गलत है. आपको तो ये लिमिट है ही नहीं, तो आपने अपना बुक किया, कोई हम और 10 बाहर से भी एक्टर बन सकते हैं. We are that good.
But फिर भी थोड़ा भी नहीं लगता.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, and nepotism is there everywhere, in all the corporate, everywhere. But the thing is that the moment you stop talent from coming in the industry because of insecurity, then the whole structure of that industry will collapse. Because then the level of performance would go down with each and every successive.
But still they are occupying places, no?
No, what I'm saying is, it is not happening in this industry still. So there is nepotism, but they are not stopping you from coming in.
If you're not stopping you from coming in, but suppose at this today, there are 20 films in make today. में 20 फिल्म फ्लोज पे हैं, उसमें से अगर वो 16 ले गए हैं, तो आपके लिए तो ऑप्शंस तो कम बचते हैं.
वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ सर, यही तो मैं वो वेबसाइट बना रहा हूँ, उसके पीछे का आइडिया ही है. मैं इधर देखता हूँ कि इतने अच्छे फिल्म मेकर्स वेट कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि डेट नहीं है लोगों के पास, और इतने अच्छे फिल्म मेकर है, अच्छे स्क्रिप्ट लेके बैठे हैं. और इधर इतने अच्छे, मैं जिस थिएटर ग्रुप में था, मेरे जो सीनियर एक्टर्स थे, मेरे ही एज के सीनियर इतने बढ़िया बता नहीं सकता. उनको आज तक मैंने नहीं देखा ना टीवी पे ना.
तो इसलिए आप ये वेबसाइट बना रहे हो. तो
इतने लोग इधर वेट कर रहे हैं.
इसको क्या बोल रहे हो? व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ योर?
सो इट इज, आई एम स्टिल थिंकिंग इग्नोर्ड डेसिबल्स हो सकता है, लेकिन अभी बात चली रही है.
क्या नॉन डेसिबल्स?
इग्नोर्ड डेसिबल्स, लेकिन बात चली रही है. इट इज जस्ट टू मेक देम मीट देम. खत्म.
To make actors meet producers.
Just not actors, but writers also, and also filmmakers to funding.
You have a good, soft. You understand what is writing, I believe, because अगर writers को आप include कर रहे हो actors के साथ. आजकल ये बहुत credits का चल रहा है. Actors interfere. Credit मैं लिखता हूँ, मैं scenes direct करता हूँ. You have encountered this anywhere?
No, not
You
till
have
now.
seen
Not till now.
actors dominating and saying, writer को side में करो.
Not till now.
Recently, this Apurva Israni, I think, happened.
Yeah, I've read it.
With Kangana.
I've read it.
Yeah.
And if it is right, then it's unfortunate. If it is not right, then it's again very unfortunate. So I don't know, so I cannot comment.
Yeah. But do you see bigger stars like around you always sidelining the writer?
See, I'm coming from a theatre background, and for us, writers are really very important. We always consider writer to be the most important.
Yeah.
More important than the filmmaker.
Yeah.
So for us, lines, words, punctuations,
right from TV,
punctuations, very very important.
Correct.
So this is my upbringing. This is my
do you see stars
subjective.
doing that?
The kind of films that I've done, I've been fortunate enough to be working with actors who are very very good with lines. They would only add to those lines and make them better. Like in the first film, I learned a lot from Rajkumar Rao. In Bomkesh, I learned a lot from Guha, Neeraj Kavi. So they would only add to those
Not
lines.
distort.
Not distort.
Expectations after Dhoni now to Raabta are really very high. Very high.
Yeah.
Right? So are you little jittery about it?
No, why should I? So again, I'm saying Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday is mine. So I'm not jittery. But yes, it's a very, very good thing that I've been doing since 11 years. There's a growth in number of people who are watching it. The performances. It was first theatre, it was TV.
They have seen the growth.
I'm saying that my performances, every time it is up. Now, after Dhoni, I think there are more number of people expecting a good performance. And one thing that I'm very, very sure of, I don't know whether the film would do well or not. It depends on many parameters, and everything has to sit properly. But one thing that I'm very, very sure of is that nobody can put a question mark on sincerity and the conviction I have for both the characters that I've played. Everything that I've learned till now, with every amount of time that I had, I have invested and gotten myself to do something which I didn't think I would be able to do it. So taken risk with all time condensed, with all tools of my actor condensed.
So you're not worried, yeah.
So nobody would put a question mark on my sincerity and my conviction to play these two characters.
Your chemistry with Kriti Sanon is the top of the top.
Yeah.
What is it? Some people say that you're seeing her, some people say that no, it's for the film. Such
I think if it is the most uninnovative thing. If we are thinking, if it is like engineered, and we are thinking that it's going to help the film, because this is what happens with every film. That they are dating and it doesn't translate into anything. And even if it was to translate, I would be very embarrassed as an actor if anything other than my skills are the deciding factor whether people would want to watch my film or not. So it will be very embarrassing. So of course it is not engineered, number one. Number two, whether it's true or not, it's not true. Number three, whether there is chemistry or not. Of course there is a chemistry right from the first day when we were auditioning. And I will tell you the reason. She was listening to me and I was listening to her. And when actors are listening to each other and feeding off each other, that this very organic thing that develops. And that is chemistry. That is the chemistry.
Yeah.
So you improv, you do an improvisation, she would react to that, and she would come up with another improv, and suddenly the scene is alive. So that was there right from the first audition that we did.
So you all click professionally so well.
And also personally, both from Delhi, both engineers. I'm not like a full engineer, but then we're both engineers, big foodie, and we both are good listeners. Even in normal life, people don't listen generally. We both are good. We want to listen to each other. So it's a very, very nice friendship going. So yes, there is a friendship. It's a special friendship because I don't have many friends.
It's possibly transforms into love.
This is something that I have never able to define what it is. So it is. I don't.
Means current. We're not able to define what
this emotion, love. So it is. I cannot say that this will happen or this won't happen. Also, I'm just not obsessed about future, be it my career or my relationship or anything. Right now, as I'm talking to you, are the most important.
You live in the present.
You are the most important right now. 100% I'm here talking to you. There's nothing else.
You live in the present.
Yes. So I'm not anticipating, predicting anything about it.
Intimate scenes कैसे आपको easy लगते हैं? इसमें बहुत passionate किस है?
So शुद्ध देसी रोमांस देखो आप. As an actor, I have no inhibitions. I am completely ulta in my normal life. I cannot talk to that extent. But I have, once the camera is on, ask me to sing, I'll sing. I'm not a singer. But I'll do anything. I have no inhibitions.
Music of Raabta, ये Pritam went out. Did you feel any?
No, it is.
Did you feel why disappointed or?
No, it is not about disappointment or anything. It has to do with what I am okay with, as far as my profession is concerned. Now he is not okay with sharing the credits, which is absolutely right. And he's like, okay, I won't give my name, but my company would, and that is something that I should not be commenting on.
Tell me about the media, because this is sometimes what I feel, and in fact I was telling the team also. I sometimes feel that everything is fine, you're not short-tempered, you're not hot-tempered, you're not... Maybe your handling of the media, how you handle the media. Now today you're a celebrity, right? And this is a part of... This media is going to remain with you. Is it that you get flustered with the media, or like any stories or any questions? Is it? I don't find it in my interview, but I'm just asking because these reactions which come at the press conferences,
which are, it is not.
Sushant Gussa,
it is not being flustered. So it is.
Is that media a little? I mean, you find it too intrusive. You feel you are uncomfortable with the media.
Not. I think
you are uncomfortable.
No. I think I was the only actor who was talking about his relationship openly. All
were
this
talking
while.
about?
My relationship, ex-relationship.
Huh.
I was never hiding.
Huh.
So when will you get married? Then I'll get married.
Yeah.
Have you broken up? Yes, I have broken up. Are you doing this? I have always been. This is something that I have figured out that this is the best way to go. Talking to somebody who's at a distance, and he's also looking at me and trying to understand what I'm trying to say. It was very easy for me. I've cleared all India engineering entrance exam. I must be having some sort of an IQ. It is very easy for me when I've answered question on nepotism and I've answered question on the skin color, whether to endorse fairness cream or not, to go with popular opinion about the third question as well. I would say I've become all patriotic and teary-eyed. All I'm saying is I know, but I don't completely know. I'm not well informed. Yeah, I'm not well informed.
Yeah.
Let me get well informed and then I'll tell you what I think of it. And probably just because of this, it takes
maybe
a lot.
The way you said it.
It takes no. So if you watch that video, it starts from this. I'm not well informed, but I'll tell you my opinion once I get to know about it. This is what I said. Then I was told, no, you should have an opinion. And I'm like, fine, I should have an opinion. I'm not saying that I will not share my opinion with you. I'm saying
provided I know the subject.
Don't know. And it takes a lot to say I don't know. It is very easy for me to go with popular opinion and say that it is bad and
sum it up.
I would probably say the same thing, but let me be honest at least. Let me know the fact.
Yeah, it's not that you couldn't have said a popular opinion. You know what to say, but if you don't know the subject deeply root.
Of course, then and you would respect me next time I give you my opinion.
Yeah.
You would think that he knows, and that's how he has formed his opinion.
Yeah. There was no
I am saying I don't know, which is a very good thing. I think we are too.
No, I'm saying maybe the way you said it a little loud, and that was considered.
No, what happened was what happened in the first thing also, and the second thing also when it was carried out. Now he was standing at a distance the second time it was happening, and there were mics kept here, and there was a lot of noise, and he was talking to me about plagiarism, and I'm talking to him. I'm being all animated. I'm doing 8. So there are only 8 stories that can be done. So every story is so this is how I express myself. I'm trying to talk to him. If you watch the video again, I have smiled in that. But I'm being all animated. I'm like this because I'm talking to him. If there are mics here and I'm talking to the camera, I'll be here. And this is how I express myself. But I'm talking to somebody who's at a distance. And he's also looking at me and trying to understand what I'm trying to say. I'm talking to you. And then you take it out.
And then suddenly some woman comes in the middle, you mean? And
No, this was the second time. Sachin Tendulkar's Sachin's
that Magadhi
that I've gone mad again.
That Magadhi Ravan.
I was smiling. I was smiling.
It was misconstrued as because you were talking animatedly because he was far.
He was at a distance and he was actually listening. It was not that what do you have to say? Say it on mic for the camera. It was he was actually talking to me like this.
Yeah.
At a distance.
So and you're a little animated, little loud,
yeah. Smiling.
But you're a little loud and animated.
Animated, just to talk to him.
Yeah.
But I was angry again. I was not angry. And I was not angry there also.
At the Sushant thing.
Yes. She was talking to me right here. I have a mic. The moment we start, no, but then what do you think? But that thing resonates and you feel that I'm going all mad. I'm not. I'm just asking you what is wrong in saying I don't know.
I don't know. It takes a lot to say.
It takes a lot.
Yeah.
Especially for somebody who can get away by being diplomatic and give me that much, credibility. That's I can pass an engineering entrance exam all India. I can know what to. I would say that I really with this. It is very easy. After that thing, I've done 100 interviews. 80 of the journalists, they were there, and they said, you know what, it was unfortunate, but what you were trying to do is a thing we should all encourage. If you don't know, say you don't know.
After that?
But 20 of them who thought that I was
being arrogant
have interviewed me again and again after that. They have never ever asked me that, okay, that day you didn't know, but now do you know? What do you have to say? If that question was that important,
They would have.
Nobody asked me about that.
Mm.
Everybody of those 20.
Then means you mean to say those 20 also eventually understood.
No, every of those 20 asked me about that incident.
Mm.
That you have gone arrogant.
Mm. They ask you.
Asked me.
Mm.
But not about. Now what do you have to say? Do you know now about?
अभी मिलते हैं तो नहीं बोलते हैं.
नहीं दे वो कुलभूषण जाधव के बारे में मुझसे क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछ रहे
हाँ.
कि अब तुम्हें पता है क्या?
हाँ.
उस समय नहीं पता था, अभी पता है.
हाँ.
किसी ने नहीं पूछा. लेकिन
हाँ.
सबने बोला कि तुम
But
arrogant थे.
उनको ये समझ में आ गया ना that I don't know means is so important. I don't
बट
know.
उस समय नहीं पता था ना. अब
उस
तो
समय
पता चल
नहीं
गया
पता.
होगा.
They learn to respect that.
अगर वो क्वेश्चन अभी तो मैं नहीं बोल रहा कि
हाँ.
मुझे नहीं पता है.
हाँ.
पूछो तो सही.
हाँ.
अगर वो क्वेश्चन इतना इम्पोर्टेंट था तो
हाँ.
मैं भी बोलता हूँ ना मुझे क्या फील.
So can I ask you?
Of course.
हाँ.
I was happy.
So now you must be knowing, yeah.
नहीं अभी जैसे मैं बोलूंगा
हम्म.
तो अब लोग बोलेंगे हाँ अब तो
हाँ.
कॉम्पनसेट कर रहा है.
हाँ.
अब वो डर गया है कॉम्पनसेट कर रहा है.
हाँ.
तो लोग वही सोचेंगे
हाँ.
जो उनको सोचना है.
Mm.
No matter what I do. But all I'm trying to say, if that question was that important,
Yeah.
why didn't nobody ask me after that?
Just
They all asked me about the incident though.
हाँ.
But then nobody asked me about that very important question that I should have answered.
Correct. They met you again, they didn't ask, yeah. So at the spur of the moment, whatever somebody wants to ask is asking. Just
It
for
was
the echo.
just asking.
Yeah. In a press conference,
And
somebody
not-
wants a mic and that is what you are saying.
If I'm saying that it's all is indicating that if that question was really very important and my opinion on that was so important,
So relevant, yeah.
why is nobody asking me?
It's a very good point. So tell me last thing, why did your previous relationship didn't work out?
There are so many things that goes into a relationship. Your time, your expectations with each other. There are so many things. If it doesn't work, you get to know after it has stopped working, and you get to know after you're falling in love. Love is so illogical, and I said that I don't understand it. So you get to know only after that. After it has happened. It's unfortunate. I don't want to talk about it. I don't normally talk about it now because it's been like 1.5 years. And this conversation also includes somebody else who would get affected by it, and I'm not taking her permission to discuss her.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that it didn't happen. It was fine. I don't think about the past that much. I don't think about the future
But
that
there's
much.
no touch, nothing going back.
No, there's not.
Nothing, not in touch.
But there's no angst. And there's
There's
nothing.
no animosity.
There's no negativity also. Things don't work. That's fine. I've stopped to work. I have stopped working with a friend right now on something. I'm still his friend. If
That happens.
that working relationship doesn't work,
Yeah.
or a relationship doesn't work, it doesn't work. There's nothing anymore. There's no animosity. It's